I hear from a lot of Republicans who defend Trump saying, well, that's a hypothetical and that's ridiculous. But Alyssa Farah Griffin, who was Trump's communications director, posted yesterday and said that you were present at a moment when Trump suggested executing the person who leaked information that he went to the White House bunker when those George Floyd protests were happening outside the White House. Do you remember that?
I remember him being very mad about that. I actually don't remember him saying executing, but I wouldn't dispute it. I mean, it doesn't sound. The president would lose his temper and say things like that. I doubt he would have actually carried it out. I don't.
But he would say that on other occasions. You said
The
he would lose his
president,
temper.
the president had a. I think people sometimes took him too literally, and he would say
He's
things
the
like
president.
similar to that in occasions to blow off steam. But I wouldn't take him literally every time he did it.
Oh my God.
Why not?
Because at the end of the day, it wouldn't be carried out, and you could talk sense.
But just because it's not carried out and you could talk sense into him, doesn't that still mean that the threat is there?
What an emotional baby. It's insane that Barr just shrugs off what I guess sounds like more than once, more than 10 times, more than 20 times. The president throwing a tantrum where he says he wants to kill people, where he wants to use the government to murder them. And hearing stuff like this, if any chuds made it this deep into the episode, before you run to the comments, please cry harder for us all about Ashley Babbitt.
Name one thing that Biden has done that's worse than that.
I think his whole administration is a disaster for the country.
Is worse than subverting the peaceful transfer of power?
Did he succeed?
Only because Vice President Mike Pence stood in the way, and now the people who are lining
He
up to
tried
be
to
VP again say that they will not do what Mike Pence did.
I mean, look,
Did he succeed is the bar. Pun intended. Is how low the bar is for these sycophants, these worshipers of power, and this pathetic hump who let all of Reagan's crimes go. What was it, like 200 people were indicted under Reagan, maybe more? Same guy. He uses the same ketchup as Alito, and he says he'll vote for Trump in November. And it gets better, or maybe worse, depending on your viewpoint. See, one of the major things in fascist structures is the bending over to power, right? As you go up and up the rungs. Because you always want to stay in some kind of circle of power, but that always means bending over for those above you. And a big part of fascist power structures are humiliating people, right? So this is what Trump writes. Wow! Former AG Bill Barr, who let a lot of great people down by not investigating voter fraud in this country, has just endorsed me for president, despite the fact that I called him weak, slow-moving, lethargic, gutless, and lazy. New York Post, whatever that means, I don't know. Based on the fact that I greatly appreciate his wholehearted endorsement, I am removing the lethargic from my statement. Thank you, Bill. MAGA 2024, with only one exclamation mark. Learning about Bill Barr in college, I didn't think I could ever think less of the guy. But as everything with MAGA, there is no bottom.